I don't hate you as much as I hate Colton, because I'm ruining that mother's life. We're ruining him to smithereens.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. Make sure to
like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to BachMakers presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Michael. Today we are joined by Bachelor Nation royalty, in my mind. Season 23 of The Bachelor contestant. Also season 6 and 7 of Bachelor in Paradise. I think I got that right. Queen Demi is in the house. Demi, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for that wonderful intro. That was very nice. I'm happy to be here.
This is huge for me. So I started watching The Bachelor with Colton season. So like you are like Mount Rushmore for me. Like this is dream come
I love
true.
it. I love it when I meet someone who understands my level of iconicness, because nowadays it's been so many years, some people don't know. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, I did so much work. Are you kidding me? Like, I was the best. I was the fan favorite. I had such a moment. So I'm happy that you know that moment.
Of course. Yeah. If I can do whatever I can to help continue this lifespan of career you've had, because again, you're an icon for me. Michael here, he didn't start watching till after you did your time on the show. So
get him out of here.
We'll convert him. We can convert him, hopefully. That's the plan.
Yeah, but you haven't gone back and watched?
I sent him some highlight tips.
I've got a lot of stuff on the to-do of watching. A lot of seasons. I've been told to watch Hannah B's. I've been told to watch Colton's. I've been told to watch every season of Paradise that I haven't watched. I started with Matt James this season, so that puts a little perspective on things.
It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
I watched some highlight clips, so why it caught me up.
Well, here's the rule of thumb. Any season that I was on is a good season to watch. So I was on Colton's season. I was on Hannah's season. I was on Pilot Pete's season. I was on Joey's season. If I'm making a cameo, it's a good season.
That's true. We'll get into those cameos because I think ABC, whether they admit it or not, they love you. You're doing something right there.
They know I'm available, and I'm there so happy and so excited. Like, I just love doing it.
That's awesome.
I feel very comfortable with them, and I think that's like the difference. And like, if I were to go work on like another random show, like I would just be so scared. Whereas like I get there and I'm like, I'm home. What's up, everybody? Like, I just feel like I own the place.
Yeah, as you do. You do basically run that show. The way we got connected through the cosmic universe is through Wicked, actually. So I made a simple little TikTok of Bachelor Nation combined with Wicked featuring you as Glinda, and it somehow got your attention, and now we're here. Beautiful. Love that Wicked's bringing us together. I'm
so obsessed with Wicked.
Amazing. We could just do a movie review, or I haven't seen the actual like stage performance. Have you?
Yes, but I watched them on YouTube. So I watched them before I saw the movie. I just needed to understand everything that was going on. And I also needed to know like when part 1 ended, just for the sake of me not being like, oh my God, it's about to be over. It's about to be over. Like, and have these panic attacks about that the whole movie. So yeah, I did. I watched on YouTube. You have to look up. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it because then YouTube will take it down.
I'll cut it. I'll cut this part, but this is for me. How do I find that? Okay, got it. I'll cut that.
Is that for the original cast, like Adina Menzel and everybody? Or?
No, but there's like some iconic alpha buzz and stuff. Like, you can tell like there's lore, and there's like people like certain Glendas and alpha buzz, and I mean they like them all, but they have favorites, and it's just amazing. It's amazing to watch even like that, on YouTube. It's good.
It's so good. So if you are the Bachelor Nation Glinda, I want to ask you, who would be your Elphaba within that world? Who's that person where, hey, we have this connection. We may not see eye to eye, but we got that.
Probably Katie Morton.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
You got to learn about Katie, dude.
There's a lot of Katies.
Well, here's the thing about Katie is that Katie is even better in real life. Like, Katie is just so fun, so loving, and she's a really good friend. Like, if it weren't for Katie, me and her would not still be friends, because she still reaches out to me, even whenever I don't reply for a long time. She keeps bugging me, which is what I need people to do. And she understands that about me, and she's willing to do it with no problem. And like that's how we've stayed friends, is because she doesn't like give up on me, you know?
That's awesome. I remember watching that season. I was like, Katie seems like the most. She might not fit reality TV because she's just like a normal human being, like a very genuine person. It's not the most maybe entertaining, but
here's the thing: in real life, she is an attention whore. Like, I'm so serious. Katie loves attention, and she is so entertaining. Like, she is just so like funny. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met. But for some reason, we can't figure out how to capture it to like on social media and stuff. But she is even better in person. She's hilarious. She's entertaining. I wish I could just like set up a hidden camera in a room and just capture all the Katie-ness, and so the world could see how wonderful she is. She's just like a little ball of sunshine. I miss her.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
So going along with the Wicked theme we got going on here, what in your life right now are you currently holding space for?
I'm holding space for the people who didn't do anything for the holidays.
Okay.
Like I didn't do anything at all. I didn't do anything, and I think that's fine. And I think a lot of people think it's bizarre, but I can't do it anymore.
So did you enjoyed that, having Christmas kind of by yourself, all the holidays by yourself? Like, is this your first time doing that?
No. So I've done Christmas by myself the last few years. This year, my best friend, her name is Cecily. She lives a couple buildings down. So she had like a Christmas celebration with her family. She has like a boyfriend and they have kids. So I like went over there for a little bit, to get the Christmas spirit. But it's more of like my family, like whenever I was younger, my parents were divorced and then their parents were divorced. So Christmas and holidays, like it was just everyone fighting over like where we were going to go. And then somebody getting their feelings hurt that we didn't go there. And like we're also traveling on airplanes to get to these places. Like it was just, I did that for 18 years of having to deal with all of that. And then like the years that my mom wasn't there and all the emotional baggage that came with that, I can't do it anymore. I just don't, I don't have to. So like, I'm not going to. I just need to take some time off.
That's so fair. Did you decorate at all? Because I have to say, I did want to ask your place, just based off your Instagram, social media. I'm obsessed with where you live and all the fun little trinkets. So like, A, did you decorate? And B, do you have like a favorite little tiny memento in your place that you enjoy?
Thank you so much for that. I did not decorate, but mainly just because like I don't really like Christmas colors, but not like for everyone, just for my house. And also there's already so much stuff in here. I can't, it would be so cluttery. And I have cats that would just climb the tree. But like my favorite, like a little thing that I have or something.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go get it.
Let's show it off. We make it show and tell.
There's two things that I've decided I can't live without. Okay. So this one is just this little tiny glass mouse.
Oh, okay.
That I got from my great grandma.
That's cute.
I just think it's really precious.
Awesome.
And the way that it feels, it's just, you want to eat it, but you don't. And then this cat.
Oh, nice.
I see you fake bitches. This was a gift. This was a gift from Hannah Brown.
Oh, sweetheart. That's awesome.
It shows how much she knows me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those gifts like only the person who gives you will like really understand. Like this is a connection between us.
Yes, and also it's like I know that that's something that she would not ever want for herself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she's really thinking about me, and like, it's so Demi. I also, have like I love. This is my cute little My Melody. I just got her though; she's new.
Oh, nice.
And then my friend went to Hawaii. And she brought me back this Hello Kitty, and we were laughing so hard because she's tan. We didn't realize like she was tan. Like normally Hello Kitty's like white like this, you know? And she's in Hawaii, so she got a tan.
I love that.
Is that like a pineapple? It's like a
yeah.
I just see the yellow and the green. I'm like, I see pineapple. What's your favorite crochet thing you've made? Because I see a lot of like cakes. You've made like a crochet cake, which one? I don't even know how that's.
We're just turning this into show and tell. I kind of love this.
I'm obsessed. I love doing that.
What's on the inside? What's on the inside of it?
It's a foam, like a foam heart, like a big. You can just get on Amazon foam heart. So then you just like crochet the pieces, and then you have to sew all the pieces together around the cake. But I actually made this whenever I was like in the beginning of my crochet. My favorite thing that I've made, I don't know, maybe the lizards. Oh, I did. Let me go grab something. Hold on.
Go grab it.
This I actually haven't even posted about or anything.
Oh, exclusive.
We got an exclusive.
Go. The fans will be chomping at the bit for this one.
Okay, ready. They're my dragons.
Oh, whoa.
Wait, you made those?
Yeah.
And they just wrap around your hand like that?
Yeah, there's wire in there, so you can like wrap them any way you want.
That's actually so cool. I want one of those so bad. I would just do it like while I'm working. If I'm working at the computer, just wrap it around you.
Put it on your. You
can
use it as like a hair tie too. You can put
it that's hair. A good idea.
Yeah. Wait, that rules.
That's some like Daenerys Targaryen.
I was rewatching House of the Dragon when I made these.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, you know what I want? I want some dragons.
Yeah.
And I want little dragons around me too. I want those. So I made them.
That's incredible. All right, so a little more back on task here. Who is your? We'll be all over the place. Don't worry about it. You, in my eyes, again, Mount Rushmore, Queen Demi of Bachelor Nation. Yeah. Who's your own personal like queens of Bachelor Nation? Who's the Mount Rushmore? Who's the top of the top? Like, who do you see the way I see you?
Rachel Lindsay.
Oh, nice.
I loved Rachel Lindsay so much. I mean, I still do. I love her as a friend now too. She was like the Mount Rushmore. Like, I could not wait to meet her. I was so nervous. I loved her. I still have not met, and I don't think I want to anymore. But like, I loved Corinne. Corinne was like one of my favorites ever, but she hates my guts. So, So it's like I don't want him. I'm scared to meet her now. You know, I'm really actually scared she might hit me or something, or just like try to make me feel stupid. I don't know. But I did love Corinne. I was a big fan of Nick's season. So Nick was my Mount Rushmore. Like, I was obsessed with Nick, which is so funny now. But yeah,
that's wild. Okay, you got any more? Any more?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I want to talk about Nick for a second.
Nick Vial?
Yeah. So with Nick, we have a love-hate relationship with Nick.
So do I.
Perfect.
Don't we all?
Let's play a little game here. So it was originally Marry Kill, but the PG version was Rose, Ring, and Ruin. So you give a rose, give a ring, or ruin their life. But however you want to answer it, the three people are.
That's kind of gnarly in its own way, you know?
Yeah. The three people are Nick Vial, Reality Steve, Colton Underwood.
Whoa.
Process that one for a little
Marry Kill? No. That's not fair.
Or Rose, Ring, Ruin.
Or Rose, Ring, Ruin if we want to keep it kid friendly.
Keep it Bachelor themed.
Okay, well, we can do both. I mean, okay, let's do Rose, Ring, Ruin first.
Okay, all right.
Rose. Listen, I mean, there's no question about it that Nick is objectively less slimy than these two men. So no matter what, Nick is going to get the ring or he's going to get the marry. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just what's going to happen. But the ring, what was it?
Rose, Ring, Ruin.
Rose, Ring, Ruin. Ring, Nick.
Okay.
Rose, because it's just a rose, it's going to go to Reality Steve. You know? Okay. There you go. I don't hate you as much as I hate Colton, because I'm ruining that motherfucker's life. We're ruining him to smithereens because he cannot get ruined. It doesn't matter what he does. They're going to give him another show. So I need to take another round at trying to ruin him. You know, I try every now and then to bring it back up. Yeah. Nobody's listening.
I just keep knocking at the door one day, maybe.
Yeah, y'all remember what he did and how like he's totally not taking any accountability. But if we're gonna do fuck, marry, kill,
okay,
I'm killing Reality Steve because I am not fucking him. That's for sure. I've got to fuck Colton.
I feel like that wouldn't be enjoyable for either party.
No. Oh God, no. If I'm fucking Colton, I'm pegging. For
Holy
sure.
shit. All right, so
Wow.
much for keeping it kid friendly. Love that. That's awesome.
Gotta get my power back.
As you should, your rightful power.
Yeah.
Reality Steve, we are kind of on the same boat with you. We're not a big fan. Never met personally, never interacted personally. We just don't like what he does. It's like we enjoy this show, yet you ruin it for everyone else. So anyway, we can. I don't want to tear down the man's life, but we kind of like bleep his name every time it comes out. We're not a huge fan of Reality Steve here.
Yeah, no, he's not. I'm not a fan of him. He freaking creeped me the F out. I'm sure you heard about that.
Yeah, a little bit. You want to remind Michael here, who definitely doesn't know what we're talking about here?
Reality Steve just goes right through the brain whenever I hear the name, so I don't remember anything.
So, like, there's this thing with Reality Steve where, like, I mean, I don't do this anymore, obviously, but, like, when you're a contestant, you're really nice to him because you're scared that he's going to, like, ruin your life, you know? So all the contestants are, like, super nice to him because we're so scared. And so, like, I'm friendly with him, whatever. He texted me and he was, like, telling me, like, I need to tell you something. And I was like, okay, tell me. And he was like, it needs to be on the phone. I can't text it or something. And I was like, okay. So he calls me and he tells me that he had a sex dream about me. And it was hot. And, like, I was just like, okay, and I'm, like, texting my dad as I'm on the phone with him. And I'm like, Reality Steve is on the phone with me telling me he had a sex dream about me. What do I do? And he was like, run. And I was like, whatever. So I got off the phone and then he texted me and he was like, yeah, I hope I can trust you not to tell anyone about that. It was so hot. Like something like that. I don't remember exactly. It was gross. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like I was just, what is the word? I don't know what the word is. I was just going along with it because I still at that point, didn't know what to do. But months later, something came out where he was talking about like how he's changed and he doesn't do these things anymore or something. And so then I had to bring out the receipts and say that you've not changed. This is what you think is okay. Like you are so comfortable to tell me that when like I have never given him any like any idea that me and him are compatible or have any chance of like, you know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Like can't stand how dudes do that. Yeah. Just always assume that you want to have sex with them. Like, oh my God.
So I'm just
a different reason why we hate reality TV.
Yeah, we don't hate him for
He hasn't done that to either of us yet, but
he maybe had a dream about us. I don't know. He could have, just hasn't told us yet. With like, I don't. Sorry, help me understand this. Like when he has, you say like, oh, he has power, like to like ruin lives of the contestants if he wants to. How does that work?
Blog? His little like he can't.
So like, what could he do if he? Like,
what happens is that people who know the contestants in real life and don't like them, and they are like, hey, I know something bad about this person. And so they go to Reality Steve because they're just so invested in ruining this person who's now getting maybe famous in their eyes' life. So it's about like these people go to him. They seek him out and they have all kinds of stuff all the time. And it's not even like I really know if they have all kinds of stuff, but he says that they do. And so that's enough to scare people into people pleasing him.
Yeah, and if he doesn't like you, he's more likely to run those stories and make them public.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but
that's shady.
Yeah,
that is shady.
That's wild.
And it's like, it's just like, and it's like human nature too, that if you are friends with someone, they're less likely to want to ruin your life.
I would hope so. You would hope that's how friends work. So
yeah, so that's why we're inclined to be friendly with him. Like, it's hard to put that into words for me. Yeah. Like, I don't know how, to express and explain, like, how, why did I text him back? Haha, yeah, okay. Like, I won't tell anyone. Like, why did I do that? Because it's like just fawning behavior.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It's just like, it's so uncomfortable. You're like, how do I make this go away as fast as possible? I would
literally.
right, we can move on from reality, Steve.
Now that we're all sick to our stomachs.
Yeah, we're on your side though.
So since your seasons, what have you been up to? Kind of what's been going on in your life?
Yeah, well, I stopped drinking after my last Paradise. Shortly after that, I had quite a rough time quitting alcohol, and I actually like had seizures like from withdrawals. It was really bad. Natasha Parker though was with me, and she took me to the hospital, or called the ambulance, got me to the hospital. She like called all my friends and everything, my family. She was just really wonderful and helped me through that. So yeah, I stopped drinking, and then like my whole life changed because I just like got my brain back, like just so much clarity, and I started feeling so much better because like the reason I was drinking so much, I was so sick all the time, and so I just started feeling better. And then I just started looking into like my mental health and things about like why I seem to have different struggles than my friends, and like why like they aren't struggling as much as me all the time with like just like basics of life. And so yeah, that led me to just a bunch of research online, and then I realized that, oh my God, when I was in college, I thought that I was autistic, and I forgot about that because everyone told me that that was like the dumbest thing that I could ever have said. You know, they were like, there's no way, don't you, like, absolutely not. Because I was like 10 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, I freaking forgot about that. And so like that resurfaced, and like those same feelings of like, eureka, you know, like, oh my gosh, everything makes sense. And so I went to a neuropsychologist, and that takes a long time to get diagnosed, but I eventually did. And then I really just changed my life, and like the way that I do things is not the same. I used to like feel like I should be doing things all the time. Like I need to do this. Like I feel like I should, like, you know, say like one day you're laying in bed too long and you're like, I need to get up. I should get up. I need to do something. Like take all of that pressure off of myself, and just be okay with like wanting to stay home and wanting to like do like crafty things and like work on like maintaining and entertaining social media presence, and like also with this newfound information about autism, and like this is like a revelation. Like there are so many people who are going through the same thing as me, and they don't have the luxury of the privilege of reality TV and white privilege and pretty privilege that I have, that I got to get, that I have enough money that I could go and get a diagnosis because it's so expensive. No. So they like, there's so many like women and I mean men too, people who don't have that luxury, and they are somewhere where they don't have any support from the people around them, and they probably have the people around them telling them like, you're not autistic, you don't know what you're talking about. And so like shining light on that, like that's why I like to make videos about it, because if I'm talking about it, then they can like send it to their person who's doubting them or something, or just like see it for themselves and feel more validated in their understanding of themselves. So I just feel like that's just so important to me. And that's why I talk about it. You know, some people would ask like why I do so much, and it's like because I desperately needed someone like me when I was going through this to like look up to and be like, who, like, is there anyone? And there wasn't anyone. Now there's more people. Like now we have Holly Madison, which is cool, but there's just not like a lot of people who are like me that are posting about autistic content. Now they're not like famous people. I mean, you know, like or celebrities, people in the spotlight in the Hollywood, whatever. But there's a bunch of super popular, you know, TikTokers, Instagrammers who do it. And yeah, it's good stuff. And also crocheting, just been crocheting so much. I love that. I take care of my animals, you know, my kids, got a whole little zoo here.
That's awesome. Now,
that's great.
As you did all that work, kind of working on yourself post seasons and all this stuff, and you start to kind of, I understand myself better. Does that help you reconceptualize some of the stuff that happened during your seasons? Do you see it differently? Now, like, hey, I'm sober. I understand all this stuff about. Do you look at it differently?
Oh yeah, like the last season of Paradise is painful, like so painful to watch. But I mean, I could watch it still, but like I am like cringing at myself the whole time because I see someone who is drunk for one, and also who doesn't know like what the people around them like want. Like because I am trying to like give these producers what they want, but I don't have enough belief in like who I am to just be that I'm trying to be like this like over sexual person. And like I haven't had sex in 3 years now. Like I'm a prude. Without alcohol, I'm a prude. When I have alcohol, I am a whore. I am open for business. Like seriously, I love having sex drunk. But when I'm sober, I have had it. I've had sex since I stopped drinking, but I'm not missing it that much. Like I'm okay without it. So it's interesting to see me be so sexual because I'm like, is that the only thing I'm clinging on to? And I'm like, I think that's the only thing that I think was like, I thought was working. And like people were like, liking or like, it was working to like fit in, like socially, like whatever, you know, I have no idea how I thought that, but I was like, that was my role that I was supposed to play or something. So that's interesting to see.
Yeah. Now, sorry, go ahead.
I had nothing. I was going to ramble.
Oh, did you so you obviously went through a lot of different, like pretty important chapters of your life during these seasons. Like it feels like with your mom coming out, having the engagement, like those are big moments of your life that happened while you were filming a TV show. Are there any, so I'm sure there's like negative side effects to that happening on screen. Are there any positives that you think came out of that where like, hey, I'm still figuring myself out, but it's just happening in front of a public audience?
Yeah, I think that coming out publicly was one of the best things I could have ever done, and also like one of the safest. And that being because like people in my, I don't know what kind of harm I would have gone through if I would have told people privately, and like their reaction, how it would have made me feel, like the shame that, you know, I would have felt and stuff like that. Like it probably just would have set me back, would have been unhealthy. But because it was public and because the public was so great and awesome about it and loved it, then it made the people around me have to love it too. Like you know, your conservative family members, like they don't really, you know, they are so obviously in the minority there that they look dumb saying anything. But so like the public approval bleeding into my familial approval, like it was great. And it was like, it was a wonderful time for me. That was like a wonderful time. But it was also like, while I was in Paradise doing it, it was a lot because I was just having like such, I like came out to my parents on the phone in Paradise, and like that was just so much. That was so much. It was like right before I went on to Paradise. They were like,
oh wow.
Yeah, so I called them and told them, and I just was like, just in case anything happens, because I was ready to hook up with anyone in Paradise. Any of the girls go down, I was gonna be down, you know. But yeah, so that was something. It was just stressful. It was very stressful because I was scared. I was just scared of all of the, you know, I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. Like this was not allowed, and it was against everything I'd ever known. And so it was so amazing to have this like huge audience saying that you are good still. Like this is okay. We love this actually.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
I watched, just sidebar, I watched that season in the basement of a sorority in college. I was at Alpha B. I was the only guy who watched The Bachelor. It kind of worked out well for me because I would just go hang out with the girls in the basement of Alpha Phi and watch that season. But they loved it. They loved that moment.
I have to go hang out.
Oh shoot! All the girls want to hang out with me in the basement. This sucks.
You're smart.
And then now it's become a job. So here we are. Hey,
you get to talk to some cool people.
Yeah, this is a dream come true for me. This is incredible.
Who else have you guys talked to?
I would say Dylan is like a good friend of the program. Dylan and Hannah.
Dylan Barbour? You know Dylan?
Yeah, I know Dylan well. Yeah, I went out to their place. I was supposed to get an invite to the wedding, but he jobbed me there.
I was there.
Yeah, we would have met there. So shout out to Dylan. He said he would invite me.
I can't believe you're friends with Dylan. This is amazing. They are. I love them so much.
I love them so much. Dylan and I
They
are not friends this week though, because our football teams play each other. So he understands.
Me and Dylan
that.
aren't friends a lot of the time either. It's okay.
Good. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Screw him anyways.
Exactly.
Most
That's
of
how
our
funny Dylan is. You like have like beef with him always.
Oh, I always have beef with Dylan. 100%. Didn't invite me to his wedding. Packers versus Vikings. We're always arguing over something. So, but it's good. I love Dylan.
I do. I love him too. He's great. And Hannah is absolutely wonderful, amazing. Also, one of the most funniest people on the planet, but secretly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So when I went out a couple years ago sorry, Michael, this is just Demi and I talking. I went out to San Diego. Like,
you don't know them, Michael.
Yeah. A couple of years ago for like a visor party with Dylan. And then I met Hannah for the first time. And I was like, I did not expect her to be as funny as she is. And then she's been on the show now since. But yeah, she's hilarious. And she doesn't get enough credit because obviously she's beautiful.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She is so funny. She is so
funny.
stunning though too. One of my favorite moments, we were in the Bachelor Mansion and we were playing that game where like everyone puts something on a piece of paper and then you have to you draw a piece out and then like whatever it says on it, there's like 3 rounds. One of them
fishbowl. We call it fishbowl. Yeah.
Sure. And so what are the 3 rounds though?
It's
like one of them is like acting it out.
One's acted out, one's one word. And one is what's the third round?
What's that one? Charades. No, that's
one. I think one you can just like say as many words as you want.
I don't remember, but the acting it out one is the one that matters because that was what I was doing. And I pulled my little piece of paper and it says pussy fart. I have no idea who wrote that, but I'm like, what do I do? So I just like go like this to my vajayjay. And Hannah G is sitting in the front and she like makes this really uncomfortable face and she goes, pussy fart. I was like, yes! It was just like she didn't want to say it so bad. She's like, pussy fart. I was like, yeah, that's it. That was so good.
Oh, I love that because that's a story that Hannah would never, ever tell publicly.
Yeah. You know, during The Bachelor, did she tell you guys how I always took care of her and I always hooked her up with the best rooms? So like I get insane when it comes to the room situation because I don't want to end up with the shitty sleeping situation. And so I would always be like with the producers while we're like, you know, touring the rooms that we just got. And I'm like, what's the best room? Where do I need to be? Do I need to claim a bed now? Do I need to wait? What's going on? And so every time they would tell me like what the best room was in the situation, and I would claim a bed that Hannah could fit in. Like a big bed for me and Hannah. So Hannah's like in the back somewhere. Everyone's already claimed every bed. She's got nothing. She's looking around and I'm like, Hannah, I got you. Don't worry. You're with me. You're not going to be sleeping on the floor.
That's awesome.
And we had so much fun. We would hide under the covers from the producers.
That's awesome.
And she was like, Demi, the first thing that I wrote down that you said, like a funny thing that I said is she was like, she wrote it down in her journal and she was like, I said, where's Chris Harrison's bitch ass at? She's like, that's when I knew you were funny. I was like,
he's long gone now.
Yeah.
I know.
Gone but never forgotten. Oh.
I kind of did forget.
Yeah. People forget.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go to Colton season for a little bit.
Let's go to Colton season. So it's my understanding that you didn't want it to be Colton. And if so, kind of what do you think is the average percentage of contestants that don't want that particular person as the lead? Because I feel like we've seen it a couple times in recent seasons, somebody thinking it's going to be somebody else, and then it's
I
not
feel like
that
maybe
person.
now that's what they're running with because they've got no other storylines. I mean, I don't know, but like maybe a low percentage though. It would openly admit it. Most of the people are acting like that's their soulmate. Like Colton is who they've been waiting for, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whereas I was like, yeah, no. And I was so honest with the girls about it. But then like, you know, towards the end of it, of course I was fully brainwashed and just, all you're doing is thinking about this guy and how you can get this guy to like you.
And then it becomes like competitive almost. Like, yeah, I want to win this thing.
Yeah. And I definitely don't want to go home.
Yeah.
At least you're sticking true to yourself by just, telling it how it is. You know?
Yeah. Now, the fence jump. Now, I think this perfectly encapsulates everything that's awesome about this franchise because it's so hilariously stupid when you think about it. It's just a guy, like a grown man didn't get what he wanted, so I'm gonna throw a tantrum and jump over a fence and run away. Like that.
And you know, he hid out there for hours.
Hours?
He was hiding for hours in the Portuguese countryside, like in a ditch, like hiding from everyone.
That's dangerous.
Because a girl dumped him.
Literally, he realized he didn't have his phone.
That's insane. He did. I mean, that jump. He did clear it very effortlessly.
I can't believe it. I mean, I could not believe that. That was one of the funniest things. The fact that was defying gravity was also it killed me. That Claire, that was the first one that took me out.
Yeah.
And then that finisher with Colton.
Appreciate it.
He defied gravity because how did he even clear it like that?
Unreal. I love it. Then Chris Harrison walks up. He's like, I can't do that. Like, I can't. Someone open this gate. Like, I'm not jumping.
He just jumped the fucking fence.
So good. Oh man.
Incredible. I love when shit like that happens. Like totally off. Like someone actually is like, no, fuck this.
Yeah.
And that was him.
And they make it so serious, but when you think about it for more than 2 seconds, you realize how dumb it is.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of reality TV. Like, that's what's so fun about it. People who take it too seriously, that's where we are like, I hate
them. I can't stand it. I'm like, first of all, get away from me. I'm not getting any airtime with you around.
So another moment I want to talk about, I'll fast forward to Paradise. It's probably my 2 favorite moments in Bachelor history. John Paul Jones and Derek. When they have that moment at that wedding on Paradise or whatever party it was, and he's like, "Don't insult my intelligence, Derek," which I quote probably once a month. What was your perspective of that moment? I love that moment.
I was drunk. We were at the wedding, and so I was pretty wasted at the wedding. But I remember like they were just fighting a lot, and I was laughing at it a lot, and Tayshia was not laughing at it. And so I realized, oh, this is like really serious, and I need to be a better friend. But I couldn't stop laughing at it. So I'm trying to comfort Tayshia crying, and I'm also like, what is happening? Now, I think that, you know, they both maybe were right. I don't know. Like, John Paul Jones is one of the most interesting people I've ever met. I'm obsessed with him. I remember in Paradise, because I for some reason, again, just think that I should be so sexual to everyone. I'm just so gross, and I'm like, I don't know, saying sexual things to him all the time. And I remember he was like going on a date with someone else or something, and I was like saying something. I was like, "Oh, JPJ, don't forget about our baby," or something stupid like that. And he was like, "Demi, you are the embodiment of temptation." I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking it. But yeah, he just has a funny way of saying things, you know?
Mm-hmm. He's so emphatic about it. And he talks in a cadence where it's like, I am John Paul Jones and don't insult my intelligence. Yes. It's so good. Oh, and he's like dropped off the grid too.
I hate that.
No one knows where he is. It's kind of like a running bit amongst like Twitter. Like, where is John Paul Jones?
I wonder if he'd want to get together.
Well, I'll set it up. Whatever we can do to help.
Set me up with JPJ. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll feel it out. We'll throw some feelers out there.
We'll see. I mean, I did enjoy him in Paradise. I really did. He was actually one of my favorite people there because it was just really fun with him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the Derek thing, though, got a little scary. But I think that maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
So they're both great. I don't know. I don't want any trouble, boys.
Neither do we. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
So you were in the first ever same-sex engagement in the show's history, right?
History maker.
How was the time in between filming and it airing? Because I feel like that time in between's got to be very like stressful, and like how people are gonna, you know, react and everything like that.
We actually we were together like the whole time in this house. It was like her friend's house in West Hollywood. So we were really just like chilling, living life. It was stressful because of the fact that it got spoiled so fast, like within less than 24 hours, it was spoiled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they literally came to our hotel room the next morning and they were like, we have to tell you guys something. And so I don't think she was like out to her parents fully, you know? And so I felt so bad about that. And then like, I also now know that my parents have read this. And although I've come out to them, they weren't expecting this.
Yeah.
You know, this is not what they thought was going to happen. I mean, I didn't even know that was going to happen. That's insane. But like, I was engaged. What? What?
I feel like it's what a lot of people say from that show. Like you're kind of caught up in all that, and then you leave. And you're like, wait a second, I don't know your last name, but like we're engaged. Like stuff like that happens.
It's crazy. I mean, we had a good time. Yeah. I think that, and then I don't even remember like what our timeline was exactly of like when we broke up, because I really was drinking so much during that like breakup. I like did not want to deal with any of it. It was just really hard on everyone involved. But anyway, the time after it, we were together the whole time. So like we were going through it together.
Lighter note with Paradise, back to Dylan and Hannah. What was their dynamic actually like at Paradise? Because it seemed like after like the first 2 days, they were just, all right, Dylan and Hannah go do their thing. Also, are there any funny stories of Dylan that I can use against him for the rest of his life?
That's a yes. That smile's a yes.
Smile's a yes of do I want to say it?
I can't. No. Dylan and Hannah in Paradise, what they were really like was it was exactly like that, except for the first like few days when she was like entertaining Blake. Mm-hmm. And I was so anti-Blake, pro Dylan. Like I was obsessed with Dylan. Me and Dylan were besties on the beach. And so it was literally like they were just smitten with each other. Like it was so incredible, beautiful. I'm just so jealous, you know?
And,
like,
and a little bit annoying. You're like, all right, guys, we get it. You're in love.
Like, how did you guys get this, huh? Hannah, don't you have enough? Hannah, you're the most beautiful one out of all of us. Okay? Well, you gotta have it all. And now she's married. She's got a beautiful wedding in Paris. Like, God, I'm a fucking loser.
No, none of that talk. You're the queen of Bachelor Nation.
I'm kidding.
You know
I'm
that.
just messing around.
You know your loyalty. And then
I've got so much to offer.
Yeah, exactly. And then hopefully someone watching this is like, hey, I don't know who this Demi girl is, but I love her now, and she's incredible. So
put her back on TV.
So with
Bachelorette.
One day. Right. They're going to realize that I'm aging backwards one of these days. They're going to be like, okay, Debbie's getting better looking every year. We can make her the Bachelorette. You know, they probably thought I was going to like fall off and, you know, maybe not get better looking as I am. But I got to say, I'm a pretty desirable looking 30-year-old woman. I'm 29. I'll be 30.
Wrong.
Be 30 in February.
Wrong.
Yeah. With the next season of Paradise that you were on briefly, that was the first one, I believe, without Chris Harrison, and they had like the revolving door of hosts. I'm pretty sure, was it like David Spade was a host for a little bit? Yeah. That had to be just like a whirlwind of like, I don't know what's happening here. Did it feel like it was going off the rails there at that point?
I mean, I walked in and I saw Joe Dirt. I literally said Joe Dirt. Like that's all that was in my mind was Joe Dirt. Oh my God. He had the meteor that was a giant pile of poop. Like, that's all I'm thinking. And then we've got NSYNC. Lance Bass. Yeah. He came in.
Oh my gosh, that season was crazy.
And then we got Titus.
Unbelievable.
Titus is this incredibly talented man. I'm like, what are you doing here sweating on the beach?
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Literally, every single one of them felt like that. Ariana, what are you doing here? Like, every one of them. It just that season was my drunkest. There was not a moment of sobriety on that season for me. So like I don't really even remember like it feeling like if it was going off the rails. I was just like, where we going? What's going on, man? Can I get my next drink?
Was Wells there? Was Wells still there for both seasons? I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think he's never left.
No,
So
no.
has there been anybody from more recent seasons that have been maybe sliding in your DMs, as they say, or have you been entertaining anybody from recent seasons of The Bachelor or Bachelorette,
No, like romantically?
or just as friends?
Is there anyone you want to receive a DM from
Oh, yeah, or
recent
that.
Bachelor Nation? You're like, oh,
I don't
I'd
know.
respond.
I haven't. I didn't really like watch super well. I would always be open to any girls sliding in my DMs. You know, like it's rough out here for a bisexual woman. You don't know where your options are. You appreciate anyone trying, and with the guys, I feel like they all are too busy getting DMs to send any, because that's just how it works. Because the fans of this show are women, and so when the guys go on, they become super fans of these guys. And I mean, I was one of them. Like, I used to literally think Nick Viall was the most amazing guy ever. I would definitely slid into his DMs, I'm sure. Like, what?
Yeah.
So I know what they're getting, and it makes me sick, because I'm like, these guys do not deserve this.
Yeah.
The real stars of this show are the women.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
so we just heard that same
again.
thing from I don't know if you watch the Golden seasons at all, but Leslie, who was on the Golden Bachelor, she basically said the same thing last week, where she was like, yeah, all the guys get all these DMs, all this attention. She's like, I can't find a date out here,
Even in
which
the
is
Golden-
crazy.
Literally.
Yeah,
Literally, I cannot find, like, there's no, I don't have any options. No one's approaching me. Nobody's in my DMs. Like, if people are in my DMs, it's not an actual, like, prospect. It's like someone's profile who's sketchy. Like, they have 0 posts, you know, and they're just, they're shooting their shot, like, whatever. It's not like my peers or the people who I think should be trying to DM me. Like,
I'm checking right now to see if I've DM'd you, and I apologize if I have.
I thought you were going to say I apologize if I haven't, because I would like it if you were sliding.
I sent you a TikTok in 2020. I said, Demi, our queen. This is when I was trying to, this is a long time ago. I was trying to get the invite to Dylan and Hannah's wedding. And he said, if I got 1 million likes on TikTok, I could go. And so I said,
you could have been my +1. I had a +1.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me, Debbie. Now it's all, damn it.
He's not going to be able to. He's not going to say it. He's not going to.
And Dylan would have been so mad if I was actually there, because I kept giving him a hard time about it, that I was just going to show up.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been.
I would have loved to do that and been on this little inside joke, you know?
Yeah.
Look who I brought.
That would the look on his face on the greatest day of his life.
I know.
Damn it, we in another lifetime. In another lifetime, maybe. Similarly, kind of along those lines, you touched on it. We've had this idea for this show. Well, first of all, we're trying to get more guys involved to the show. Like, our audience, while it still leans female, we get a couple DMs from, usually it's like boyfriends of their girlfriend watches the show, and it's like, hey, I started watching because of you guys, because we make a lot of sports references, and it's pretty rare in Bachelor Nation.
I like that you're like blending some of that in, though, because you're getting the guys' attention. I mean,
it's kind of rare in Bachelor Nation to have a podcast with like 2 straight guys. It's just there's not a ton of that, so hopefully we can.
I didn't know if you guys were straight or not. I didn't want to assume anything.
Yeah. Well, we are.
Y'all were both just asexual, honestly, up until now.
All right, we'll take that. DMs are open for Michael here and me, but I'm trying to help Mike first. I'm a giver.
That's so nice.
So we've
expecting to get the DMs though. That's sick. Y'all need to be DMing. Y'all need to be out there DMing.
Demi, I DM'd you 4 years ago.
I've done my part. I've sent the DMs.
Okay, good. We're good. We're good. Everyone's doing their part on your end. All right. Y'all are in the clear. I will say though, that was 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
I was supposed to just double down each year, come back. All right.
Consistency is key, Wyatt.
Did you hear how me and Katie are friends? It's because she doubles down. She is not afraid to double, triple, quadruple text me. Like, you can't have that fear with me.
All right.
Perseverance is key.
Let it rip. Got it. We've had this idea, though. We thought it'd be awesome to switch up Paradise, because Paradise has struggled, obviously, and then they canceled this past season. Yeah. We thought have a fully bisexual season. Like, bisexuals in Paradise. That's chaos. That would be so fun to watch. Would you be in on that?
I mean, I'd have to be.
Yeah.
Did you watch Are You the One? The bisexual season they had?
Is that a
Absolutely.
Netflix?
I don't know what it was on. I watched it years ago when it came out. I can't recall what I watched it on. But you should watch it because it's amazing and it's chaos. There's an orgy. Like, I mean, it is what you think it is. It's everybody's with everybody. It's great.
That's what we want. It'd be so fun to watch.
The thing that we just need is we need reality TV back. We need trash reality TV back. We need people to do bad things on TV again so we can all be entertained.
Yes,
You know?
1,000%. What would, if we were casting a season for you, like say you're our Bachelorette, what's that cast look like? How are we building that cast? What type of person are we casting?
We're definitely casting men and women and non-binary. I don't care. Whatever. Hot people for sure.
Okay.
You've got to be hot.
Okay.
All right. I mean, you can actually, if you're not hot, you can be not hot. You just have to have a personality that blows me away. Like a personality of like when you walk in the room, everyone wants to be your friend because you're just that guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll take that too. But girls wise, I'm open to like femme and masculine looking girls. I'm open to both. I like people to be hot. But again, a little mask lesbian can come up in there and I could maybe not be that attracted to her, but she could sweep me off my feet with a personality. She really could.
There we go.
I like the top dogs, you know?
All right. Let's make this happen. If we ever get big enough and we can host our own show, you're our first call. Like, all right, we're gonna make it happen. We got the production team, whatever you need.
I think it would be an incredible time, and it would be like I'm just brutally honest, like to a fault. Like it would be different because I feel like a lot of the Bachelorette, they have to lie a lot. You know, they lie and let people down so easily and say all this stuff so gently because they're supposed to. Whereas I would just be like, not it. This is not it. Get on up.
You sent half the cast home night one, I feel like.
I know. Unfortunately, I think I would. We have to be like people who are emotionally intelligent. Like we have to be able to talk about exactly how I'm feeling and you be able to receive that and understand that and like validate that and then like, you know, truly understand my point of view and make me feel seen in that way, if that makes sense. Like I have to feel seen in that way by whoever I'm going to be with. I have to be like, I need you to understand where I was coming from and like what I could be feeling. And even if it's like, you didn't mean to do that, whatever, of course, but like, let's just address or validate this if it's bothering me. And then we can talk it out and go from there. It's just like, everyone deserves that, like to truly be understood and seen and heard like that. And I feel like, not a lot of people provide that. Like even in friendships, it's hard to find someone who's like truly willing to hear what you're saying instead of just like trying to say what they need to say or like, you know, just being like, well, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
To kind of pull, I guess, a 180, let's do a little power ranking of these 4 platforms: Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter. I still call it Twitter, but
I've never in my life called it X.
Yeah.
Fair, right?
My app is still a Twitter icon, and I don't know how.
How?
Have you not updated your phone in 2 years?
No, I've updated my phone.
It's still the blue bird? What the?
That's
I want
rare.
that.
That's rare.
Yeah, you should screenshot that.
Sell the phone.
Yeah,
sell your phone.
It's probably worth something. Yeah.
I update my phone all the time. I didn't update that app, you know?
That's strange.
There you go. And YouTube. So power rank those. I mean,
what was it? YouTube, Twitter,
Twitter,
Twitter, TikTok,
Instagram.
And we're power ranking them in the sense of what? Like what I like to use or
screen time of like what you
use the most.
Consume the most, I guess.
Okay, first, what I consume the most is probably Twitter.
It's a good answer.
I know it's weird and it's
the funniest one. It's the funniest one.
Exactly, and it's the quickest. Like I get all my information there, and I can read it. I don't want to. I don't know. There's something about like I don't want to hear all these videos. Like I can't have all of that stimulation, that noise. Like I don't know. Sometimes I just can't handle these videos. In Twitter, I can pick and choose when I'm gonna like either click on the video or in the sound or not. You know. But also, I'm just reading, and I'm reading hilarious things. It's giving me dopamine. I'm learning about the news and then I'm getting dopamine too. Like there's just so much to offer on Twitter. It's definitely my favorite.
So then would be
Instagram.
I would guess Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram for sure. And then TikTok and then YouTube, because I just never really use YouTube unless I'm watching Wicked on Broadway.
And then we'll wrap up here with 2 more questions. First of all, what are you watching, reading, and listening to at the moment?
Weirdly, watching Dexter. I never watched it, so I'm going through that right now. I watch a lot of TV because I crochet, and while I crochet, I watch TV. So I'm a big TV girl. So I'm watching that. I'm watching Silo season 2.
Is it good? I love season 1.
It's slow.
That I've heard that. I just dang.
Yeah, you wanted it to not be true. You were hoping I wasn't going to say that, but yeah,
I appreciate you not lying to me. Appreciate
never,
that.
Never. I'm excited for Severance and for The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
I love Severance.
It's so good. Reading, I'm not reading anything. Listening, I am listening to the Wicked soundtrack on repeat. I'm sick in the head over Wicked. It is just my thing right now.
Love that. That's all I've been listening to. And that leads to final question here. I want you to help us fan cast the rest of Wicked based off Bachelor Nation. So you'll be Glinda. We can make Katie Morton, Elphaba. Who should be Fiyero?
We all just want to say Colton because he's gay. And Fiyero is always played by a gay guy. So that's the only thing that comes to my head. But
all right.
It's
your list.
I can actually see casting or in this role for some reason. I can see them really embracing it and taking it on. Pilot Pete. I think Pilot Pete would really go for Fiyero. Like I think he would take it seriously. What do you think?
It's a fun role. It's a fun.
Yeah,
role.
I think Pete would work there. I'm trying to think who else.
Who do you picture there?
I mean, if you just want to go strictly looks, I mean, like Tyler Cameron could. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have to say anything, sing or dance. He can just stand there and be Fiyero.
Listen, Tyler Cameron recently just died to me. So.
Oh no! What happened?
The thing that he posted about his girlfriend.
Oh, does he like? What did he post? Just that he has one?
No. It was like they got into a fight or something.
Oh, he like post screenshots or something?
Yes.
Wait,
he
what?
You just need to look it up. It's out there. People were up in arms about it, and for a good reason, because that is just annoying behavior to me.
Yeah, it's deleted. So I'll look into that, but it's sad to see. So maybe not him for
he
Fiyero.
Literally has been my dream man for forever until this just happened, and then I was like, oh, that's unfortunate. Also, though, it did make me a little salty that he never followed me back on Instagram, and I know that's stupid, but it's like we met.
Yeah,
you told me I was beautiful. What was that about?
I would like print that out and just put that on a wall.
Oh no, he said it. He didn't tell me I was beautiful. He said it on a podcast. Even better.
Oh, I would clip it and somehow make that by Matt.
So beautiful. She was so beautiful. It was a moment of my life. Even when I went on Hannah's season, I was like, "Can you save Tyler Cameron for me?" She was like,
Jed.
No.
You were the one who like, hey, just pick Jed. He's got a guitar. He's cool.
I was like, this is my fault. She was trying to do me a solid. No, she was not. No. If that was the case, then she would have set us up after.
Yeah. All right.
But I think she might have dodged a bullet with both now.
Yeah, probably. But I think she's doing all right. I think she's got a nice. They're married, right? Or just engaged?
No, they're engaged.
Okay. All right. Well, I like Pilot Pete for Fiyero. This might be a little bit mean. Bach.
Bach's a great character. It's a great character to be, regardless.
But, I mean, I understand. Hold on. There's a Bach.
There's got to be one in there. I haven't planned this out at all either, so I'm kind of mentally going through the Rolodex.
God, I can't think of a single redhead.
There's there's not a redhead, but there's the one guy who showed up on Paradise last season. What was his name? He forgot the girls. He thought Jess said his name. Jordan. Yeah, which Demi might not even.
There's like 4 Jordans on Paradise.
There's a lot of Jordans.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. Jordan Rogers?
No.
I know. Bob?
There aren't a lot of redheads in Bachelor Nation. We need more guy redheads.
You know what I was talking about? I was talking about how like there's so much like hatred towards like even like saying like the word ginger like that. I think is like they don't like that, but there's like not enough people who are redheaded like to actually get anyone to listen to them. Like, you know, like we just keep on ignoring it and making fun of them, and it's like that's so messed up.
It's so messed up.
Yeah.
So messed up. But my Bach, not a redhead, but I guess I'm gonna make Bach Blake.
Blake Moynes.
Yes.
Nice.
I was like, I don't know his last name.
Yeah.
That's
I like.
my Bach.
I like that.
Yeah, he's pretty tall. Right?
Yeah, I don't know if he's that tall.
It's not. Forget him being tall or not. He's just he's a Bach to me.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to go recent, maybe Jonathan would be a good Bach. No offense, he's a good-looking guy, but maybe
he's the same height as me.
Sorry.
Pretty tall.
All right, and then Mike.
I'm 5'11". I actually just measured myself yesterday. I swear to God, I went to there's like one of those things where you stand by the gas station. It said 5'11". So
I'm like 6.
I'm by the gas station. That sounds really.
It was a good gas station. It's like a newer gas station. So
that's where everyone goes to measure themselves. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, the doctor also said 5'11" when I went there like a couple years ago, whatever. So
I believe you. Okay, what about you?
I'm like 6'2", 6'3" on a good day.
So that's why you guys have the emotional maturity to do this, is because you guys are tall men. You don't have that insecurity eating at you.
You just made his year.
let's go.
You just made it by calling him.
Hey, the average height in Americans is like 5'8", 5'9".
My dad is 5'9". My brother's 5'8.5". Like, but my dad's brother is like 6 foot.
Okay.
6 foot something. I'm like, must have killed him. But my dad's really entertaining. My dad's like he was a cool guy. He made up for it with his personality.
Well, I officially can't call you a short king anymore for the rest of this podcast. That's been like my favorite bit.
You never call me that. You were scared to call me that after the first time.
I called you a medium king, which is
5'11". 5'11", you can get away with being 6 foot. Like, that's close enough.
No, he's getting away with being 5'11".
It's on Hinge. It's 5'11".
I know. I'm just trying to let him have a spin.
It's 5'11" on Hinge. I'll stand by that to the day I die, and I will not change it.
5'11" on Hinge. You got to put your height on there now.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. You can't not put your.
I put 6'3" on Hinge.
So
I mean, everyone adds an inch, but anyways, all right. So Bach is gonna be Blake.
I can't believe people are putting their height in their dating profile. I'm sorry, but it's honestly, there's been so many times where I, like, back in the day, I went on Tinder dates and they were tiny and I had no idea because they didn't disclose any of that.
Yeah.
They were my height.
Wow.
And like nothing wrong with that, just a shock to your system.
I think you have to put it on.
yeah, I don't think it's like
I've never been on Hinge.
You can hide some prompts if you don't want to like say your religious beliefs or.
But I think
whatever.
height you have to have on there, which
maybe
fucked up.
Height and age, I think you have to have.
There's a whole thing where I like to never say, like, I say that I'm not just into tall guys. I don't. That's a very unhealthy way to be towards people who aren't tall. Like that's now very mean to all of the short guys. Like they could have a chance. Anyone could have a chance. Like it's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Do I prefer to climb a tree? Sure, but I might like to climb a bush.
So okay,
That's kind of.
I like that. So Blake is our Bach. 3 more to go of the big one. Who's Nessa? Nessa. I got something to confess of.
Reason why I asked you
here tonight. And I know it isn't fair.
Oh, Bach, I know why.
It's because I'm in this chair.
And
you feel sorry for me.
That's the scene I go to the bathroom on when I'm watching.
That's your bathroom visit.
That's my bathroom song.
Part of dancing through life. That is my favorite part. Is anytime Nessa and Bach are singing together, it is so good. I don't know why. I just am obsessed with it. Okay, let me think about who's my Nessa.
I have a one I like, and I'm basing it kind of off the Olivia Lewis at all. I just the curly hair.
Yeah, the curly
hair. She'd be a nice little sassy Nessa.
I don't know who that is.
She was
most
on
recent season of Paradise.
She almost.
See, I'm thinking of who is evil. Like I'm going by.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Act 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I assume she becomes crazy. Just context clues or like power hungry. But I think Olivia's got like she's no bullshit. Like she's not fucking around. So
Well,
She would
it
be
really should be someone who. Well, actually, never mind. It's all based on all my presumptions are based off of Act 2. So, Olivia, sure.
Okay.
Don't
All right,
know.
we'll leave it there. No spoilers. Who should be the wizard?
Mr. Sentimental Man himself.
Jesse.
I love Jesse Palmer.
I mean, kind of like the dad of,
Yeah.
you know.
It's got to be whoever the host is. I mean,
Yeah.
it was definitely Chris Harrison. But here's the thing, actually, it is Jesse Palmer because the Wizard Oz, I guess, is the Bachelor world. And like, think about it. It's a terrible place. They're setting people up to be dramatic on reality television.
Yeah,
Like, they're lying to them the whole time. They're not telling them. Like, for me, if you just be straight up honest with me and like, hey, this is what we want you to do. This is what we're looking for. This is what would make the scene. Like, blah, blah, blah. Go time, baby. Got it. I thrive with direction. I will do exactly what you say because I'm trying to make good television here with you.
Yeah. And the wizard and the host of The Bachelor both kind of fake jobs. Like being the host of the franchise, it's like,
gives a fuck? You think Jesse gives a fuck about any of these people?
No,
he
doesn't. He just gets to go around the world and golf.
Yeah, he's flying.
He can't possibly care about that many people.
He's flying to Alabama the day after filming to go call a college football game. This is his side gig.
He's so busy. My God.
He's nuts. He just shows up. He's like,
never been alone with his thoughts for 1 second.
He's got a kid too.
Yeah,
he's got a kid. But yeah, he just goes around the world. He's the best job in America.
Yeah,
like we're not hating on Jesse.
He's done an incredible job as the host. I think he's done a really great job.
Yeah. All right.
I just think that he's obviously a robot. You know.
Yeah. Jesse is the wizard. And then Madame Morrible, who this is a tough one. I don't really know where to go here. I also don't know how
evil. She's
evil and older.
Yeah, maybe one of the golden.
Maybe one of the golden gals.
Kathy.
I like Kathy though.
Fucking love Kathy. I didn't watch The Golden Bachelor, but I've spent time with Susan and Kathy.
Yeah. Oh, they're a hoot. I feel like Susan would be like, not that she fits the character, but I feel like she'd own that role.
Yeah, she'd be fun.
She'd have fun with that role, like playing an evil person.
And also that Susan's gonna, do what's best for Susan. And if the wizard is on top, she's gonna stick by the wizard.
There we go. I love that. Now, all right, so that's our fan cast for Wicked. We have you playing Glinda, Katie Morton as Elphaba, Fierro is Pilot Pete, Bach is Blake Moynes, Nessa is Olivia Lewis, the wizard is Jesse, Daddy Palmer, and Madame Morrible is Susan. I love that. Let's make it happen. Let's send it to Broadway.
I think you need
Hopefully
to be
all these people can sing.
We can be. Who should?
None of us can sing. That'll be the best part.
Yeah, we'll just be like the Munchkins. Well, one of us.
All right,
that was my last one. That was my last one.
You'll be.
I can be. Who else is in Wicked? I want to be the Lion Cub.
You could.
Oh, can I? One of us can be Bo and Yang's character, Glinda's little sidekick.
I know. I was trying to remember their names.
We can just be your sidekick.
Oh, we could be.
That's what I need.
Yeah, we'll be behind, do the little book dance.
Yeah.
It's always so fun. Yeah, we can do that.
Yes. I just need my little Glenda sidekicks. Perfect.
Yeah, that'll be us. Awesome. All right. Well, Demi, that's all we have for you. Anything? Do you you have stuff coming up? Anything you want to plug? Where should people be looking for you next?
Follow me, on Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. I have a show coming out next year in the spring, so be looking for that. It'll be on Hulu. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Debbie. This is, again, for me, this is like a dream come true. I appreciate it. Hopefully we turn Michael into a fan here. 100%. But thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys. I really had fun.
Thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider joining our Patreon page, linked in the description below. It's $5, cup of coffee, and it helps support us a ton. Thank you, and maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and from next week on the BachMakers, we shave Wyatt's head off.
Maybe. Only one way to find out.
By tuning in.
That was implied.
Back to you in the studio.
And cut.
Thanks, Julianne.